What's up guys, it's Isaiah back with another more shorter video. In this video I want to talk a little bit about a plugin that I've been using and I've been having a lot of fun trying out within the last 2 weeks or so. And the plugin is the Archetype Mateus Asato from Neural DSP. I gotta say, I've been playing guitar not extremely long, but I have been playing for a few years, and I gotta say I haven't really bonded with a plugin or enjoyed using plugin amp sims. There's never been one that's really stuck out to me. The Tonex as a pedal was the first thing that I've really found myself enjoying to use. It's the closest thing that I've used thus far, and I've used other things. I can't name them all honestly. I know I've used Guitar Rig 6, I know I've used Amplitude and a few other things. They've gotten the job done, and that's what they are there for. But when I used this plugin, it was actually mind-blowing because I actually genuinely enjoyed everything about it. I loved using the plugin and I love the tones as a guitar player and not just as somebody who wants to record something. I was completely satisfied with just playing in it to practice, which is, it's been my go-to practice tool for a while now. I want to talk about it a little bit, what's in there, so you can know. So the first amp that's in there, they call it Vintage Clean, and I believe this amp is based off of a matchless DC30, which is an AC30 clone. So you know you got a clone of a clone of a clone of a clone. It gets confusing in the amp world, but basically it's like a Vox style amp. It sounds great, it sounds phenomenal. Almost every time that I use this plugin, I'm using some type of tone that's coming from this amp. Is by far my favorite in there. The next amp in there is a Modern Clean, which that amp is based off of the Mesa Boogie Lone Star. I kind of had a brain fart trying to remember Lone Star, but yes, the Mesa Boogie Lone Star. It also sounds great. It's very Fendery, so you got like that fatty mid type of clean thing going on. It's a fun amp to have in there as well. And the last amp on the chain, which is the high gain amp, is a Bogner Shiva, which personally doesn't, you know, check all the boxes for what I personally do, but it does sound good. Like, I can admit that it sounds good, but I'm not usually doing a lot of high gain things, as you guys know, so I really haven't needed it for much, to be honest. Now this plugin also has a few effects for you. It has a compressor, which is always appreciated. The compressor is based off of the Diamond compressor, which is pretty cool. We have an overdrive that is based off of the Brown Protein, sounds great. And we have a second overdrive that's based off of the 1981 DRV, which is a pedal I've been wanting for a very long time, so it's really cool to get a chance to play it through the plugin. Now the mod pedal is interesting because you got two things going on here. On the trim side, it's based off of the Strymon Flint, one of my favorite pedals of all time, and then the chorus and the vibrato is based off of the Jams Waterfall pedal. I don't have a lot of experience with that pedal, but I've heard a lot of great things about it as well. You also get an echo, which is kind of like a tape echoey thing, which is really fun. You have a reverb that has two voices in it. One, you get the Strymon Flint again, which is awesome, and you also get a New Neighbor Wet, which is also really awesome. Those are both great reverb pedals, some of my favorite reverb pedals. There's not much to talk about here other than just the amazement of how far technology has come, because I couldn't stand playing with plugins before, but like this one right here, man, this one right here, I could sit back and just play this all day and I love it. Like I can just use this as a practice tool and be satisfied with what I'm hearing as a guitar player, and I can use it to create content and I love it, and I can use it inside of a mix and I could love it. I mean, if I had a quad cortex and plugin compatibility was out, I could just use this as my tone with bands and I would love it. I'm really impressed with this and it has me excited to try out some other Neural DSP things. Guys, if you didn't know, you can try pretty much any Neural DSP plugin for a 2-week free trial. So if you haven't tried one before, if you'd even dismissed plugins before, I would definitely recommend, based off of what you're trying to do as a player, to try out one of these Neural DSP trials, because you never know. I decided to try one as a Mateus fan and just general interest of this specific plugin after he did a video doing some Dragon Ball Z tones, and I really wanted to try to recreate that tone, so I tried the trial and I did my best to recreate it. I don't have that in this video yet because I haven't learned how to play the lick, unfortunately, but I've gotten as close as I could to his tone with it, and man, like I've just been falling in love every day I've tried this plugin ever since. It's definitely something I would recommend. It's free to try it, so I definitely recommend you guys try it. And yeah, like I said, this is a short video, but I just wanted to check in while I'm getting ready to head out on the road. I'll see you guys in the next one, and peace out.